1 million Americans today are living in homes on wheels. Every day you see them skimming along the highways everywhere. Their owners park for $1 per week plus 25 cents for electricity. The life is not expensive, for in a trailer, modern conveniences are within the reach of people of limited means, many of whom could not afford them before.
Most of us came here because we were kind of desperate for a place to be, a place to park and live.
I went from a homeowner to the creek bed, where I slept with a bedroll, and then to and from the street.
Having an older trailer, you can't move into just any trailer park. There's just only a couple here in Sonoma County that will take a trailer as old as mine. So I didn't have much choice, but it was Faerie or out in the street.
I'd been looking for a couple years. I needed to get out of the house I was in. Wasn't real healthy for my children or myself. And so I found a trailer that I could afford, and you know, this was the first place that I could find.
I live in a campground, you know. 20 years, you know, I thought I was going to be moved from a cabin to a house, and then rents just started going up.
I actually came here from incarceration. I had gotten in some trouble and sought treatment for alcoholism. When I came here on a bicycle with a tent, I only had enough money for 1 week's fees, and I just started my route into outpatient sobriety here at Faerie.
Well, basically the only real options for people on low income are a tent or living under the bridge.
I decided I'm going to downsize. So I got a trailer and decided I'm going to pay a lot less and try to figure out how to get ahead. And that's exactly what I did. There wasn't anything else I could do. Here we are inside my home, which is a trailer. It's about 20 feet long, and 2 of us live here, plus 2 cats and 1 dog. This trailer most likely was meant to be towed someplace, and probably using it 2 weeks out of the year, or maybe some people do some real traveling, but they probably never used it more than 2 months out of the year, intermittently, you know. We're using this full time, and since I've been retired, we're talking really full time because I'm here all the time. I'm really not proud of the way I live. I live this way practically. I live this way because I have to, and I'm doing the best I can and making the best out of what I have.
I mean, I looked through the paper, in a 1-bedroom place they want $900 for, and it's a shack, you know? I mean, it's really kind of disappointing. This used to be an area where people who are low income could survive. Look how pretty red that is.
Because housing is more expensive than it used to be, and now the poor people are displaced into a lower standard of living and sometimes become homeless. Some people call that gentrification.
A lot of people work in the city. That's San Francisco, that's 45 minutes from here. People started realizing it's easier just to commute for 45 minutes, buy property up here, live up here, and commute there.
It is the more affluent people who are in the nice houses now, and even the not so nice houses, and it is the poor people who are in the campgrounds and outdoors.
When winter came, we became aware of the great need for affordable housing, that people would come to us because they were getting kicked out of their other park that they were in, people that didn't have many options, So we gradually discovered that the need was pretty great.
One of the different ways we're willing to work with people coming in the gate, knowing that their income might not be consistent, would be I'll tell them, show me effort and give me 1 week's fees, which is $105, and it's not really a lot of money. And then I'll tell them that if they fall 3 days behind, I won't be discouraged, but I will ask them to put a date on when they can give it, or what kind of skills do they have. Could they work off 1 week's fees? Jim, as far as I know, has done that. If your skills are you're a mechanic, he'll find a car for you to work on. If all you want to do is rake, he'll let you rake.
It's yellow.
Yeah. Who took my gas?
I don't know.
Jim actually came up to my site when I was in the tent, and he wanted me to do some assistant managing, and would I be interested in one of the modular housings? I agreed, and so I get a safe place to live. So if you guys want a site, you don't owe any back fees, and yes, you can pull in.
Cool. Oh, okay.
Okay? From the day I walked in, I felt safe. I felt like this is me, I'm on my bike, and have housing.
I am stressed out a lot because I'm trying to make ends meet, and it's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be.
You're gonna drive around in it with me. No? Okay. Well, something changed and I didn't know it.
It's definitely better than the streets because you don't run into a night where it's cold and you might end up on the post office floor. You're not going to get approached if you're in your own space. You're not going to get approached by someone wanting to sell you drugs or do drugs with you. I don't have to have a sidewalk outside my front door. I'd rather be in the woods.
At this time, it might be a good idea for any of you who have things you want to say, bring up, whatever. This is open session.
We have a little bit of aggressive, abusive behavior at a verbal level going on in a site in Lower Camp that I'm going to review. I'm going to review it with Jim, but I'm going to verbally and written advisory to them that it is on review, that it is affecting other people's lives.
The reality of life out here sometimes for people has been kind of hard, sometimes kind of harsh. I feel like part of what we want to do here is kind of a supportive living environment.
It's a community within a community. Everybody knows everybody and watches out for everybody.
Somebody needs a cigarette, I'll give them a cigarette. Somebody needs an egg, you give them an egg. Somebody comes over for sugar, no prob. Whatever. Somebody's kid needs something, you help them out.
Whenever he wants to go for a walk, or he'll lift that one foot up, please.
You're the only dog I will share a.
Some people, they are ready to just join a group or a community outside of the street where you're not going to be pointed out or picked on and actually receive help.
I think it's very important that all of us look around and notice that there's a part of the population that can't afford the way our economy is going. There needs to be other places where you can put people at a minimum cost and they can live their lives nice and securely.